Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Well, today I'm going to be doing this fall eye look using some of my Morphe palettes. So if you want to see how I got the look, you're in the right place. But before we get started, if you haven't subscribed to my channel before, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button along with the bell so you'll be notified when I upload new videos. That's every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So again, if you want to see how I got this look, just keep watching. Alright guys, today we are going to do a fall eye look, and I'm going to use two of my Morphe palettes that I have. The first one is the 350M as in matte, and the second is the 35F. The Fall into Frost is what I believe they call it. Let's take a look at both of these really quick and get them open. Now these palettes cost $24 each. There's no mirror inside of them. Look at all the shades that you get. So this palette is primarily all shimmers, except for you have this whole row, right, which is across the top right now, but normally would be along the bottom. So those are all mattes. And then when we get into the 35M, which does have the 35S goes along with it, so it's all shimmers, but this has all the matte shades. And I primarily picked this one because it has a good all over the lid color. If you missed my video on Tuesday where I am on part 2 of my eyeshadow palette collection, I did the one on all of my Morphe palettes. So you can go back and watch that, and I'll leave a card right up here for you as well. So let me get this fuzz off my eyelash first. Okay, so I am going to zoom you guys in so you can see close up what I'm doing, and I'm also going to show you each shadow that I'm using, and we'll get going here. All right, we're all zoomed in. So again, I'm going to start with the 350 palette, take that kind of off-white shade, and go over the entire eyelid area with this. I have use my concealer and foundation and powder as my primer. That's what I like to use. I don't have oily eyelids at all, so my eyeshadows normally stay on really, really well. All right, that part is done. Now let's move on, and I'm going to, I should really have both of these open in front of me, huh? Okay, now I'm going to move into the 35F palette. I'm going to pick up this shade right here in the corner, and I'm going to use that as my transition shade. With this being a fall look, I'm going to use a lot of browns and oranges and golds. This isn't a deep orange yet. I just want to have a little bit of a lighter shade down there that I can kind of build up off of. All right, now that I have that in place, I want to go in with a tapered brush, and I'm going to now jump over to the 35M palette, and I'm going to take this orange shade right there. And I'm going to take it right on the tip, tap a lot of it off, and I'm going to start going into my crease with this. Again, since I have hooded eyes, I like to keep the illusion of a higher crease, so I bring mine up a little bit higher. These shadows are very pigmented, so you really need to go in with a light hand. I am just barely tapping into this. All right, I'm going to use the same brush, and then I'm going to go into this really bright, obnoxious orange, but I'm not going to use a lot of it. So we're going to go in. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch over to my Juno & Company ES06. This is a flat, they call it a smudge brush, I guess, but it's just huge. I just want to take that right on the very tip, because that does such a great job of getting right into the crease and stain off the lid. And I'm only taking that about halfway in. And then I'm going to make a little V here at the outer edge of my eye. What I'm doing is creating more depth to my lid since I do have hooded eyes. And by adding darker colors into the crease, but kind of gradually doing it, that's going to give more of an illusion to show that you have a crease. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a more detailed brush that's tapered, and now we're going to go into a brown shade. So I'm going to pick this one right here, right there. And again, right on the very tip of it, and I'm going to go in even just a little bit more. Like I said, I'm tapping so lightly, I'm going in slowly. I don't want to have a big blob of brown in there. Now I want to go in with the clean brush and just kind of buff everything in together. If you notice, I bring the brush in. I want to try and stay, past this area here. So by doing that, that allows me to keep everything in the right area instead of coming down too far. Now let's move on to the lid. So we're going to move back to the 35F palette, and I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It's picking up a lot lighter on the camera, but it's a light gold shade. And I'm going to take a flat brush and go in the inner part of my lid. And I really want to define my lid with this. So that's why I like this brush, because it has a point at the end and it really gets in there so I can define my crease. Well, the point where my crease and my lid build up together. Notice I'm not going all the way over. We're going to reserve that piece of real estate for some other shades. All right, now I'm going to clean that brush off really quick. And now's where I'm also going to go into some fun, like plum shades. This one right here is just saying it needs to get on my lid, so I'm going to let it. So using the same brush, but this time I'm going to use that point to stay on the outer part of my lid and bring that in. I have not wet my brush for these at all. Let's do that. Let's take a little bit of Fix Plus and see what happens. That makes it pop a little bit. I'm gonna let those dry just a little bit. So now I'm gonna move on to underneath my eyes. And I'm gonna take a small smudge brush. This one's my Moda brushes. Okay, so underneath the eyes, I'm gonna go back to the 35M palette. I'm gonna pick up this orange shade that we had used in the crease. And I'm gonna smudge that by going in just right on the very tip of the smudge brush. And I'm going to go completely underneath my eye. And this is going to look a little harsh at first, but don't worry, we're going to soften it out. Now I'm going to take a flat brush and I'm going to go back into that dark brown that we went into the crease with. I'm going to take that right up against my lash line. Again, not going all the way, I'm not going to go all the way into my inner corner. Using the same brush, I'm going to go back into that purple color that we did on the outer part of the lid. And I'm going to bring that down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Now that that has dried on my upper lid, I'm going to take, again, a clean brush, and I'm going to lightly just start buffing in between the two shades, because I don't want a harsh line there. And then I'm going to go back to my flat pointed brush, really clean that off so I don't have any of that purple on it again. And I'm going to go back into that same color that we had done on the inner part of the eye and just lightly tap that on kind of randomly so that those two colors kind of blend in a little bit better. Because again, I don't want a harsh line between the two of them. And then I'm going to go one shade lighter. Let me show you this one really quick. So this is what we went in with all over the lid. And then this one I'm going to take and just use my finger and lightly tap that right in the very, very center of my eye. So pretty much right where these two are meeting each other. So that's just going to give it extra little pop. All right, now we're going to go in and go back to the 350M palette. I'm getting confused again. I'm going to go in one shade. This is what we went all over the whole lid with. This is what I'm going to use right underneath my brow bone, just very lightly. Tap a lot off. Just want to help define that a little bit. And then, actually I'm going to use that same brush. I'm going to clean it off. And we're going to go in and highlight the inner corner of our eye using this shade right here. I'll show you what it looks like on its own. That is it. It is blinding and gorgeous. I'm going to take that right in here. Just to give a little pop of brightness in all of this kind of dark colors that we've gone in with. I'm going to take this black shade right here and on a angled brush, super, super lightly, tap a lot off of it. And again, I'm going to go in to my lower lash line and I'm going to just lightly smudge that in. I am going to tight line as well with a pencil, so that'll be coming up in just a sec. All right, now I am going to go in with, this is a Sephora retractable eyeliner. It's waterproof and black, and I love this one. It just glides right on your eyes. So I'm going to go in and tight line my upper lash line first. And then I'll do my lower line. All right, let me go ahead and put some mascara on and some lipstick, and I will be right back. All right, guys, I am back, and I just wanted to keep you zoomed in real quick so you could get a good close-up of how the eye look ended up now that I have mascara on. So you can see everything blended out very nice. You've got a little bit of sparkle on the lid just to kind of emphasize those. You've got the darkness on the outside. And again, with hooded eyes, I was able to build up that crease and not let that hooded eye look like it's there. So let me zoom you back out again. All right, so I highly suggest any of the Morphe palettes. They have a huge selection. They're so inexpensive, especially with the amount of shadows that you get in the pans. And they're just one of my favorite eyeshadows to use of all time. As you can tell, if you saw my video again on Tuesday, you saw how many of them that I have. So I really enjoy them all. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. Again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please take a moment and hit the subscribe button and the bell notification that's next to it. And then also, if you enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up, please. So until next time, I love you all, and bye-bye.